Hey, it's day 146 of Hey, what are you doing today? One thing I've noticed is that along this process is that some days are just like mind-blowing, epiphany-filled days of useful information coming to me and useful situations for practicing. Some days are real kind of dark and a struggle, and gotta drive through it, and they all have their benefits. But the ones that are in some ways the most defeating are the ones where there's neither side of it. It's not like a super positive day or super a day of great growth or prosperity or anything like that, or not one of those days where I just want out, beat up and dragged across the coals to learn a lesson kind of thing. The days that are just kind of have a stagnant feeling. I bring that up because today was one of those days. I went through all the motions, did all the things, all the things I've got set up to do that have become normal parts of the day, almost habitual in some cases, and I don't want to make light of that by any means. There's a benefit to it being habitual. There's a benefit to knowing that running every day, or doing the push-ups, or eating correctly, or studying, or studying a person, reading a small bit of a biography, reading a certain amount of pages at least every day. All these little minuscule things that I've set up on my task list to do every day. I mean, I don't want to make light of the fact that they've become habitual. That's a good part of it. That's a good component of it, especially when it comes to days like this, because I feel like I've invested time learning or listening, and I just don't feel like I've got much out of it today, and that all of a sudden opens up kind of a defeated, almost like a vacuum feeling of what's the why bother kind of thing. Sometimes that zombie lifestyle has its positives. I feel like I've invested a lot of time and worked really hard today, but I have nothing to show for it. Whereas if I could just close my eyes and go mind-numbingly blind to everything and just pass through the day as if it was another zombie-ass day. But so I guess outside of the feeling of feeling like I'm a little tired, a little worn out from the effort, and not realizing much gain, I just wanted to kind of talk about that, and talk about how that sense of not having made an accomplishment one day can feel so defeating, and feels like almost psychologically I get that, regress to the old way, just give up on it. However, 146 days into it, I've seen way too much progress to make light of that. I have days like this. I've had days like this before, and tomorrow might be another epiphany. It might be some mind-blowing experience that occurs, or tomorrow might be one of those really tough days that makes me just wish that I had done something differently in my life that I wasn't in this situation. But either way, it's all a means to an end. It's all as long as I stay on the path, as long as I stay on the project. I think I've been saying that since day 1 or 2 or 3. It's just a matter of sticking with it. That's really all it comes down to. Is I still, at 146 days into this, I still need to know what my driving force is for the business, and it's just not coming to me. But at the same time, I know that I've been seeking out all kinds of other things that have been given to me that I need to work on, and then hopefully, and what I kind of feel, what I kind of believe is going to happen is I'm going to get to a point where I'm strong enough that I'll be able to understand the goal of the project that's going to be given to me, that's going to be presented by the E30. This is all just a training course for something that's coming. I can sense that. I can sense that I'm not ready for it. I can sense that if it was handed to me right now, I don't feel like I would be fully prepared to do it. So I really think that all this was necessary. All these little tests, all this knowledge, all this self-exploration, all this faith exploration, all this intellect and practicing different things, and just everything that I'm doing. I sense that that's just like working out, just like it's just building me to a level where I can go finally start the marathon. This isn't a marathon training. I've been down that road before, and I know what that entails. But But you know, you've got that's an interesting metaphor, because you train until you're finally ready to do what you train for. So I kind of feel like I'm on that path right now. You know, every day is training. Just stay focused, stay on the path, stay on the training course. Once I'm strong enough, that end goal is going to open up, or that next step, that next major step in my life is going to open up. So I just need to remember that. But I just want to comment on that how, you know, there's really bad days and there's really good days. I shouldn't really use bad days and good days. I should use days that are a struggle, and days that are, you know, just full of gifts and full of wealth of experience and feeling and knowledge. And they both are in some regards. You know, I look back on some of the really bad days I've had, and I think of, you know, how that's made me stronger, and what I've learned from that. And, you know, there's things that I know and that I'm learning. However, I haven't totally taken them in. I haven't really made them a part of me. But it's interesting because I feel them becoming a part of me. And, you know, just a simple example. Well, there's so many of them, and some of them it's like admitting a weakness, and it's a little embarrassing to speak about. But for example, just you know, forgiveness is a good one. You know, just taking little things that people do that would upset me. I would think, you know, it was an uncourteous thing that someone might do. You know, even something as simple as, you know, not saying thanks when you hold the door for somebody, or not using a turn signal when you're driving, or, you know, just whatever. But those little things are things that have always driven me crazy. Just that common courtesy, and not seeing it, or, you know, seeing somebody in a situation where they're wearing a $1,000 watch and driving a $50,000 vehicle, and buying groceries with oh, my video cut off there. I guess I had too much not enough memory in my phone, so I had to go back and delete a couple things. It was probably a good point for that little rant to get cut off anyway. But you know, those are things that I need to overcome. I need to know that I you know, just using this as a simple example, I'm aware that I need to overcome that. I'm aware that it's something, you know, just I need to forgive and let move on, and that, you know, that judging things creates an internal imbalance that doesn't serve a purpose to anybody, and just hurts me in the end. But that's what I mean. I understand and I know that, but I haven't made it a part of me. I haven't, you know, it's not totally ingrained in me. So I still have a long process to go. Not a long process, but I have a process to go, and you know, I need to make those just normal parts of my life. All these little things that I've picked up that make me a better human being, and make me a stronger human being, and make my life more enjoyable, more clean, more clear, more precise on what I really need to be doing, and concentrating on me. And I need to go through that, and I need to develop those things. And I probably should have developed them, you know, long time ago. But I never took the initiative. This is the journey right now where I do take the initiative. But that's all. I just wanted to talk about that, and how not having big epiphany moments in a day sometimes feel more defeating than having a hard struggle and then going through it. And, you know, it's just one of those things. But it's day 146. Kind of crazy to think that pretty soon I'll be almost halfway through this. But you know what? To be halfway through this is just kind of mind-boggling too, because it feels like it's just been a component of my life for so long now, and I'm not even halfway. And you know what? This is a lifelong project. I don't want to make it sound like, oh, you know, once it's done, it's done. But I'm halfway through the time frame I put on it of 1 year, 365 days. I'm not even halfway. I shouldn't have said that, but you know what I mean. But anyway, that's day 146. Hey, what are you doing today? Thanks.